Hey guys, my name is Jasper. I'm an email marketer and I decided to make this video today because I wanted to address a couple of the common questions that email marketers, aspiring email marketers, e-commerce store owners, and aspiring e-commerce store owners ask me all the time. They wonder about email marketing, and I figured given my many years of experience, not only doing email marketing and owning an agency that helps other e-commerce stores do email marketing, I'm qualified to answer this question for you. So the first, simplest, broadest question that I get is, what is email marketing? Now, to tell a story, when I first got into email marketing, I went in as a copywriter and I faced it as if it were any other marketing channel, like billboard advertising and Google ads, Facebook ads, and other pop-ups, and sometimes these disruptive types of advertising that were annoying and bothersome and pushy, forceful on other users. That's how I saw email marketing as well. But as I continued to write and understand what it was about, and I proceeded to build an agency based on this, I realized that email marketing is not about advertising. It's about connection, building a rapport and trust with users. So what do I mean by this? In other forms of advertising, they're impersonal, generic, and broadcasted to a very large population. Whereas in email marketing, it's highly segmented, sent to a single user, many single users, and they're addressed personally, and the content is, if done well, it's based on the user's previous behavior and their customer journey. And the purpose of email marketing is ultimately to create a connection, which may or may not lead to a conversion. So instead of thinking about it as a way to just grow your revenue, which it does, it's a way to connect with your customers through continually imparting information about your brand, sharing your brand message, and sharing what you're passionate about with your customers in small bite-sized chunks. Now, over time, being at the top of your customers' minds, at the forefront of their inbox, by providing quality content to your users, they will regularly batch you in with their friends and family, their other personal circle. Emails are extremely powerful for several reasons. First of which is it's personal. Like I mentioned earlier, emails can address users by their name, first name, last name, whatever you have it. They will talk to you directly. It's a personal form of communication. Unlike advertising on the billboard that don't address individual users, emails are addressed to you specifically, and this way can build a connection. And this is why so many marketers and e-commerce store owners prefer marketing. It's a much stronger, more direct way of connecting with your users. Now, second is that emails are seen as trustworthy. And what I mean by that is that emails are inherently not seen as a form of marketing. Ask any one of your family, friends, other people, what is email used for? They're gonna say, well, it's like texting, or it's like old school texting, right? And that is true. It's a form of communication. Once again, it's always about connecting with your users. And when I do email marketing, I don't see it as a form of trying to push them to make a sale. Every single email that you send a customer relates to what they're interested in and continually provides value and eventually may lead to a sale. So ultimately, your goal is to build a friendship, a long-lasting relationship. And if you will, the other co-founder of this agency, Nelson, came up with this analogy recently. He said that email marketing is like dating. And I really like that because dating is a form of commitment and care and investment into the relationship between two parties or more. And in order to create that long-lasting trust and rapport with another person, you have to continually invest interesting and valuable things to them, not looking for anything in return. This is what email is all about. And if you continue to see it this way, you will see much better results in your long-term growth. People will talk about you with their friends, and your users will share with their loved ones the interesting information that you recently shared with them. So it is a continual process of growth and nurturing a relationship that makes email marketing powerful. So in line with that, people ask me, what tools do I need in order to get started with email marketing? And I say, first tool you need is either a pen and paper or a Word doc. This is crucial because it allows you to simply write down what it is that you want to send your users. It's extremely simple. The concept is as straightforward as texting. And the second tool that you need is an email marketing software. So the two popular ones that a lot of people use are MailChimp and Klaviyo. MailChimp is lower budget. It's easier for people who want to just learn a system quickly, get a couple emails out, and not commit their life to learning the system of email and figure out all the nuances of what a good email strategy long-term might be. Now, I use Klaviyo because it is extremely powerful. It's great for higher level work. It's granular, and it allows you to be extremely detailed in the way that you construct segments and categorize audiences and filter things. So there's a lot more strategic things going on there. So depending on what you plan to do to commit to email marketing, decide whether it is you want to do a simple journey or a more complex journey that might be more fruitful in the long run. Now, the three things that you need to do with the pen and paper are this. First, decide what subject lines you want for every single email. Subject lines are crucial. This is the part that causes people to read or throw it away before they even look at it. You might spend 10 hours only for them to toss it away and never look at it. So put as much effort as you can into the subject line to capture the user's interest. Second is creating an interesting level of content without being too wordy, unless you're doing a weekly newsletter. That's a different story. But in general, emails should be relatively short, a couple sentences long, and punchy, and just very easy to digest. And thirdly, your call to action. At the end of a lot of emails, they have a very short box, maybe with a button, and you simply say, shop now, come visit the store, or some call to action for the user to take an action on something that you're urging them to do. And not every email will include this, but if you have these three things down, you will be way ahead in your email game. So I will discuss the nuances of this in a different video, but for now, just focus on understanding that email is really, really simple concept. Basically like texting, just connecting with another user, and you don't have to be all fancy schmancy about everything. Just keep it down to earth, keep it simple. So the third question that people ask is, how much time should I commit to email marketing? And that answer varies depending on multiple variables. First, how much time do you want to spend on email marketing? Second, what results do you want to see? Do you want to see a 40% increase in your revenue over 6 months? Or do you just want to set up a couple fundamental, simple emails that will continue to automatically convert on their own over time? It's all up to you. But as a general rule of thumb, if you're designing a relatively simple text-based email, it might take about an hour. So use that as a reference point. And as you continue thinking about how many emails you want to create, just say each one takes 1 hour and you can go from there. So to create the first batch of highly engaging automatic emails that earn the most amount of revenue, it will take about 10 to 20 emails. And given that it's about, say, 20 hours of work, are you willing to commit that much to setting up your email campaigns? Or if you don't have enough time to set up your systems on your own, you can always outsource the work to either a freelancer or an agency. So ultimately, is email marketing right for you? I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and if your answer is yes to each of these questions, then most definitely email marketing is for you. 1. Do you want to nurture and better understand your relationship with your audiences? 2. Do you care about increasing your store's revenue by up to 20 to 40% within the next 6 months? And 3. Are you willing to invest either time or money into creating some high-performing emails for your business? And if your answer to all three is yes, then I think email is right for you. If you have any other questions, please drop them down below and I will answer for them quickly as possible, either in a later video or I'll respond in the comments. And I'll be trying to create these weekly videos and answer questions and talk a little bit more about email marketing. So if you enjoyed this, please drop a like and subscribe. So thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you next week.